What's going on, Las Vegas? Love the energy as UFC 313.
Alex, a lot of people are saying that Magomed is actually the toughest opponent that you face stylistically at light heavyweight. Do you believe he's the toughest opponent you faced at 205 pounds? Why or why not?
I've been training a lot. First of all, I'm very, very prepared for this fight. I've been training a lot for this, and people have been saying that, hey, he's not a grappler. So because of the fact that Magomed is such a strong grappler, he's just started training for grappling right now. Well, I've been training for grappling since the beginning.
And Alex, 2.5 years ago, there were people that were saying you were rushed to a title shot simply because of your relationship with Adesanya. Now, you might be the biggest star in the sport, and people are saying you should go win a 3rd championship belt. So what do you think of this insane ride that you're on, and did you see any of this happening the way it has?
Listen, my plan is to defend my belt. I know there's been a lot of talk about me going up maybe to heavyweight. There's so many plans, there's a lot of options, but listen, I'm focused and I'm prepared.
And as you said, simply can't look past Saturday night, but I'm just curious, you talk about all the options on the table, now we're talking about boxing and everything, but do you believe you win this fight, there's anybody left for you to face at 205? Are there names you want in that division, or do you have to look to heavyweight or another combat sport?
Listen, there are great fighters to fight still. I still believe that there's people to fight. Listen, think about Khalil Rountree. He was the 8th in the ranking, and look at the fight we delivered for you guys. So, listen, there's a lot of people out there that I can fight, and it doesn't matter their position in the ranking. They're tough, and I'll fight them. The important thing is to fight and to put on a show for all you guys. Chama.
And for Magomed, please. Magomed, a lot of the discussion coming into this seems to be about whether you're going to stand or whether you're going to look to grapple against Alex. At the end of the day, you're just trying to win a championship belt. But is there something special added to that if you can knock out Alex Pereira?
I'd like to say that I see that in this fight, everyone is against me. Everyone's saying, Chama, Chama, Chama. But guess what? Chama time is over. After this Saturday night, after the fight, you will all love me.
Magomed, what do you make of that crowd reaction? You always seem like a nice guy to me. What does it feel like to be booed up there?
It motivates me, it charges me. Everyone's against me. I'm here by myself. It's going to be a really good fight.
So close to winning the title in 2022. I know this is a different opponent, a different fight, but what's the biggest lesson you took out of that night to make sure you don't leave disappointed on Saturday?
I wasn't upset about the last fight. I have nobody to blame. It's just myself. We saw the fight. The whole world saw the fight, but it happened the way it happened. Now it's a whole different ball game. It's a different fight. It's a different opponent. And you know what? Honestly, he should say thank you to Dana White for protecting him this whole time. Now it's going to be a whole different thing.
Alex, you've talked about, people have talked about going down a division, they've gone up to heavyweight, talked about being boxing. It's unquestionable you are one of the greatest stars and possibly the greatest star in this sport right now. Does that give you more bargain power for you to get something and negotiate something for you? Yes, that makes it so much easier. Listen, the organization shows it. They've said it to me directly. They like what I'm doing. They like the fights that I'm putting in. And listen, the reaction of the public and the crowd, no matter where I go, everybody wants to see us. Everybody loves us. Listen, I think it does help me bargain. And Alex, you've been really open about your past with alcohol in Brazil. People, it's well known and well documented. You've been open-hearted about this. When Ankalaev mentioned that on Twitter, did it hit you really hard? Do you think that's or maybe a more delicate, more sensitive subject than others? Listen, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I've said what I needed to say. I think it was just like some back and forth and some stuff that we exchanged, but I'm only focused on Saturday. Let's go, Chama.
Question for Alex. Magomed Ankalaev is slightly different than other opponents you faced off against recently because of his high level of wrestling ability. How do you plan to address this on Saturday night?
Listen, he's different. Everyone has been different. Since kickboxing, the UFC, everybody's been different than what I faced, and I've always been beating them down. Listen, I can't talk too much. Let's leave it for Saturday. I got my plans. I got my strategies, but believe me, we're going to get this done.
You good? Yeah, Mike, go ahead, please.
For Alex. Alex, if you win this fight, you will be the second fastest fighter to 4 title defenses at 330 days. What has been the difficulties and maybe the benefits of keeping up this schedule?
Listen, this means a lot to me, and contrary to a lot of naysayers and a lot of so-called experts that said that wasn't going to be done, look at the amount of work I put in, look at what they've been able to deliver, and I've been able to do it. This is, and I'm here as living proof of that. This goes as a message to every single person that just goes trying to take your motivation away. Naysayers, they're trying to put you down. Don't believe him, keep doing, believe in yourself, and we're going to get done.
And speaking of motivation, Alex, yesterday Dana White said with the right type of win on Saturday, you could be #1 pound for pound. What do you think he's looking for you to do in the cage to make that happen?
Listen, I'm going to fight on Saturday without thinking about the records, without thinking about status or anything else. I'm going to fight like it's my debut in the UFC.
And for Magomed, a lot made of Alex's success here, but if you are able to defeat him, is this a scenario where you think an immediate rematch would be warranted, or is there someone else you're more interested in fighting next?
For now, we're not concentrating on what's going to happen afterwards. Right now, we got a fight in front of us. Let's go out there, let's win, and then afterwards we'll think about who's going to get the rematch or what.
Alex, this is your 4th title defense in the space of a year. Everywhere around the world you travel, people chant Chama. After a win this weekend, would this solidify you as the face of the UFC?
No sé.
I don't know.
My questions for Magomed.
First of all, Magomed, I'd like to say that not everyone is chanting against you. We got people here rooting for you and Rafael both. And second of all, we've lost a legend in Satiev. Will you be dedicating this fight and the victory, if you have it, to Satiev's memory? Thank you very much to all the fans, to all the people that come here to support and rooting for me. And of course, yes, Satiev was a legend, and everything is Allah's will. The Almighty gives the life, and the Almighty takes the life away. So if we get the victory, of course, we're going to dedicate it to him, and I promise you we'll do anything we can in our power on Saturday to take that victory. Question from Magomed. If you absolutely dominate Alex in this fight, if he understands that he's got no way out in this fight, do you think you'll send him back working in the tire shop? Yeah, we're planning on absolutely dominate him on Saturday. We're going to make sure that Chama has no chances on Saturday. And whether or not he stays in the sport or decides to go back to the tire shop, that's going to be up to him. He's going to be the one that has to make that decision.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello, first of all, guys, you can continue booing because my question is for Ankalaev, and yes, it's in Russian.
Said that on Saturday it's going to be the end of Chama time. You're going to teach these people a brand new word that they're going to have to chant from then on. What word will you teach them to chant after Saturday? The same people that are saying Chama now are going to be saying, no Chama, it's Ankalaev time.